Hello, I will talk about the 2023 Israeli judicial reform. The 2023 Israeli judicial reform consists of four parts. The first part of the reform is the disqualification of laws. The second part is appointment of judges. The third part is the cancellation of reasonable cause, the cancellation of the reasonable cause, and the fourth and the last part of the reform is about the legal advisors. The first part of the reform, that is the cancellation of that is the disqualification of laws, is actually says that the Knesset, with a majority of 61 of its members, can reenact a law that was enacted and was disqualified by the Supreme Court. A law that was reenacted by a law that was enacted and was disqualified by the Supreme Court, or was invalidated by the Supreme Court, then with a majority of 61 of the Knesset's members, the Knesset can reenact that law and also the court is not allowed to discuss about the validity of basic laws at all. And the first part of the reform also says that you can disqualify a law only in the Supreme Court with a full composition of the Supreme Court's judges, that is 15 judges, and in order to disqualify the law you also need at least 80%, majority of 80%. Okay, so that was the first part of the reform. The second part of the reform is about the appointment of judges, and it actually says that the coalition will have the majority in the committee of the selection of judges. Okay, and the third part of the reform is about the cancellation of the reasonable cause, and it says that you can no longer use the reasonable cause in order to disqualify an instruction or instructions. And the fourth and the last part of the reform is about the legal advisors, and it actually says that the opinion of the legal advisors will not be binding for the government, and it also says that the legal advisors will be under the will be subordinate to the ministers themselves and not to the justice ministry. Okay, thank you very much.